Hi, my name's Caucasianmation, and today I'm going to show you how to get the Daredevil trophy in Pixel Ripped 1989. Um, First, I'm going to show you the way I'm going to do it by looking at the screen and what exactly I'm pushing at the time, and then I'll go back and do it blind. So you can get through most of the level by just pressing right, of course, and hitting both buttons at the same time. There's only about 5 or 6 parts that require a jump or some kind of mechanic. That'll cause you some trouble, but it's not that hard to get through if you're using audio cues. And just jumping and hitting the shoot button at the same time. And when you're doing this blind, you'll hear yourself getting these little pixels, letting you know you're making progress in the level. I'm just pressing right and jamming both buttons at the same time until we get to our first obstacle. Just right here. You'll know when you get to this part because you won't hear any more progress. So all you have to do is hit left for a couple seconds and then right. And then you hit your first checkpoint. So if you were to continue jumping and shooting, you come to this wall right here. So what you want to do is hit left, and then tap left and jump, tap left and jump, and then right and jump while running, I think. Does that work normal? No. So left tap, right jump. And so after this you can do the same as just jump and shoot. Sometimes you might die to this guy. Oh. Okay. Sorry, let's go through this. Okay, so yeah, sometimes you'll die to that guy right there. You can keep trying, you'll eventually get it. So like you'll be doing this. Hit left, tap left, jump, tap left, jump, run right, jump. So, okay, this will be the first obstacle. Before I do this, what I like to do is turn left and shoot a little bit. And you can actually just keep running left. You'll hit this wall. Just don't jump or you'll go back like that. So, go all the way to the right, and you can tell if you're on top of the cloud or under the cloud based off the audio cues here. Okay, so when you jump and the cloud is right next to you, your jumps will sound really short. You see, the jump sounds really short when it's close, and it gets longer when it's further away. So when it's close, just wait a couple seconds, hit left, and then jump. And you'll know you're on top of the cloud when you hear the pixels that you just got. So a couple seconds later, you hit left. You'll know when you made it when you hear the pixels, and then right. And right after that. Okay, so then you can continue mashing both buttons while holding right.
It's in! Wanna go!
Damn, that doesn't usually happen. Okay, so I'm doing exactly what I would do if I were doing this blind. Okay, so for the sake of getting back to where we were, Let's just do this real quick.
I am at my wit's end with you all.
Yeah, sometimes you will die doing the mashing method, but I mean, unless you really want to learn all these jumps. Okay, I think I just hit the check mark. So you can continue doing this, and then you'll come to this pit. And you'll know when you get to this pit, because if you just hit right and run, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then you die. So after that 10th pixel, just jump. Maybe it's more like 12. But then after that jump, you can continue going. So I'm just gonna keep mashing. It's almost impossible to die because you're always getting pixels. Even after you lose them. And of course, right when I say that, that happens. Actually, I think this part might take you a few tries to get to the next checkpoint, so just keep trying. It's easier than learning all these jumps and where the enemies and spikes are. Okay, so we hit that checkpoint. We're still mashing. Okay, we're still mashing. Okay, so we'll go back to the last checkpoint. You'll get through it eventually doing it this way, so you'll die a few times. You'll make it to this checkpoint, and you'll fall in this pit, probably. I'll show you how to do that. Okay, so you know when you hit this, when you hit 5 pixels, and then a few more, and then die. So, taking into account the audio cues here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then you jump, and you just keep holding right, and then you can continue jumping. Let me do that part again, just to show you. Okay, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, it really is one of the best planets, if I do say so myself.
Okay, so, what was that, 19?
I always felt a certain affinity. Small dice in that. It's not conscious like Jupiter.
Then you can continue watching.
It has a certain frigid dignity. Pay attention. Oh, that's it. What is that dreadful sound?
See, this is all just mashing. Alright, so that part actually might give you some trouble. You can take the time to memorize how to jump that part if it's taking you too long, but I found that mashing will eventually work. I'll give it one more try. See. So doing that, getting hit by that that shot from the enemy will send you back and correct you for the jump by mashing. It's kind of interesting how it works.
Some foolish dumb-heads disagreed with Henry.
So you could just continue mashing after, even though you made it past that point, if you just keep your progress. Okay, now here is the most difficult part. The audio cues here is what's gonna get you through this part. So let me just die so I can show you. Count 2 seconds running full speed. 1, 2, jump. Okay. Yeah, I'll show you that again. Run 2 seconds, jump, bounce, bounce, hit left, jam left, and then up and right. So count 2 seconds, jump, jam left, up, and left. And so once you make that part, you just keep hitting, you keep mashing until the end and you'll make it. So run full speed, 2 seconds, jump, mash left, and right. So you'll be getting those pixels along the way, the entire way, and that'll help you get through the last part. Alright, so let's start this over, and I'll do it blind, hopefully. Okay, so what I like to do is start the level off looking straight up at the ceiling, because if you look at the gear kit at any point, it's not going to work. Well, the trophy won't pop. Because I've tried looking at it just slightly to get past that last part, and it didn't work. So you don't want to look at it at all. So the ceiling's your best bet. Okay. Okay, skip intro. Okay, and I'll explain what I'm doing as I'm looking at the ceiling. Okay, so this is the introduction. You could even hear me. Okay, so right now I'm just hitting right and jamming on both buttons.
Here it is.
And also, as long as you're looking at the ceiling, the teacher won't ever catch you from it.
What have you got there? Yeah! Oh, that's Pixel Ripped. That game's amazing. My older brother has a copy. He won't let me play, but he sometimes lets me watch.
Okay, so it doesn't sound like I'm making any more progress. I'm gonna go left, and you'll hear that I'm collecting pixels.
That's Pixel Ripped. Yes, get it. Wow. Whoa. Oh, it's so cool. Wow. Look at those graphics. Wow. Whoa.
Actually, I think you could hear it better once this part is over. So I'm gonna wait.
Whatever you have there is not as important as your education.
I'll give you my shiny stickers. Did you get and a pack of flying saucers?
Back to your proper seats. Now. 5, 4,
I'm just waiting for that music to shut off.
2, 1, 3/4, a half, a quarter.
I'll be your best friend.
Right, that's it. said shut up and sit down!
Okay. So that'll get us through this part too. Okay, when you look at the spitwad shooter, hold your gear kit out of sight so that you don't accidentally look at it.
Hey, Nickelodeon, don't let Mr. Yes!
Okay, so I came to the first obstacle and I turned, or
What is going on?
I hit left, and you hear me collect the pixels. Now I'm gonna go right.
Who did that? Whoever you are, you've made a powerful enemy this day.
Okay, so now that I'm jamming, I should be up against the wall
Paid enough for this.
after the jump, after the
Right. Always been a pile of rubbish.
first checkpoint.
I should be
I'm
telling
gonna hit
administration
left.
about this.
Tap jump, tap dump,
Never mind.
and then
Back to work.
full speed to the right. Okay, that sounds like I made it.
Pay attention. Now, class. As I said
Okay, it sounds like I made it past the
yesterday,
robot.
I have a very exciting lesson for you today.
Okay, so now I'm gonna jump to see if I made it on top of the cloud or
With your jotters
not.
open at a clean page.
Okay, it sounds like I made it on top of the cloud, because when I'm jumping, if I was underneath the cloud, the jumping would be really short intervals. So, I don't exactly know where I'm at as far as height, so I'm just gonna jump left a little bit. Hope I make it onto the next cloud, which I did, because I heard the pixels. And then, okay, I jumped right, and
As you know, the school-wide history
I'm not sure if
project
I
has been
made
about
it.
the Tudors. And today I'm going to tell you about the most wonderful man in British history, Henry VIII.
okay, it doesn't sound like
Now,
I made it.
most of your parents, if you ask them,
But it does sound like I'm on top of
will
the
tell you
cloud
he
on the
was a
bottom.
fat man who was an aggressive serial monogamist.
So I'm just gonna
But that's only
tap
because
left
most
jump.
people are ignorant of his magnificence.
wait a couple
By the
seconds
age
and
of
then
2,
tap left.
He was already in charge of a castle in Dover. Can any of you lazy ruffians say you managed anything so grand by that age? I very much
Okay,
doubt.
so this sounds like I made it to the top and over, and I'm just jamming now. Okay, I made it to a checkpoint. So you can hear I'm making progress collecting pixels. Okay, I died. Okay. So I'm at the next jump because you hear the, what is it, the Grim Reaper guy, the ghost?
Ah, yes. Some historians may claim
And you
that
hear a
he
few
only got the job
pixels.
because of who his father was.
And then
But
I
if
fall
that
in
was
the
case,
pit. I'm not
how
jumping,
do
I'm
you
just
explain
running
the fact
straight
that
to
he
the
was
right.
made a knight the
So,
following year? They
how many
don't just
pixels is
hand
that?
out knighthoods, you know. Well, they do, but you get my point.
Okay, so it sounds like after a dozen pixels I come to the jump. So after I hear a dozen, I'm gonna jump and continue hitting right. Okay, I didn't make the jump. I'll try again. 12. Yeah, I was a little late there. Okay, I made it.
Back to the wives of Henry. Often people have difficulty remembering what happened to
Okay,
each
so
one.
right now I'm just hitting
So
right and
these are
mashing
little
until I get
lines
to the next
jog your
checkpoint.
memory. Divorced, beheaded, died. Divorced, beheaded, survived. Divorced because Henry could do better. Beheaded for being a brazen hussy. Couldn't keep up with the amount of man Henry was, so died.
Okay, it
The
sounds like
other
I
one.
died.
Another harlot who didn't know how lucky
I
she was.
think if I just
The
keep
winner.
hitting right and mashing, I'll make it to the next. Yeah, okay, that's me getting the laser, and your controller will shake letting you know that you're shooting it off. Okay, so this will take you a few times probably. Just keep hitting right and mashing.
What was I saying? Oh, that's it. Now, apart from having lots of wives, all of whom were lucky to bag him if you ask me, even the dead ones, Henry was probably most famous for dissolving the monasteries. And before I see any hands go up, no, I do not mean like the tooth we put in cola during science class.
It sounds like I'm still making progress. Okay, just hit a checkpoint. Okay, hit another checkpoint. I'm still hitting right and mashing. Okay. So I'm just gonna run right to see where I'm at if I hit a pit.
However,
Okay, so that's the pit where it's 5, and then
so they hid
was it 15
tiny
pixels
rooms
after?
under staircases,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
spoke Latin at each other, as if that would make the slightest difference.
Oh, okay,
to the
I
elegant
made the jump on the first try.
mission king. Many
Okay,
were
so now I'm
executed for
right and
shocking
mashing.
betrayal of such a lovely man, and rightly so.
So to explain how I made that jump, I counted 15 pixels after the first 5, or was it 14 pixels after the first 5? It'll probably take you a few times, but you'll get the hang. Like, you only need to do it once. So once you do it, you don't have to worry about it again. I'm still mashing right and left, or right and both buttons.
I can see from looking at you, you're not even listening. All that
Okay, hit a checkpoint.
music, television, and computer
Okay, I
games
think I'm at the
rotting your
end.
brains.
I'm just gonna hit
So I'll
right
have to
and
start
then
again.
see if I die, because then that means I'm at the pit.
As you know, the school-wide history project has been
Okay.
about the Tudors.
So we're at the
Today,
last
I'm going
jump,
to tell you about the most wonderful
and
time in British
again,
history.
what you want to do is hit right for 2 seconds,
Now,
and then
most of your
jump.
parents, if you asked them,
And
would tell you he was a fat
you know, this is the
man who was
hardest
an
part,
aggressive
and it'll take
serial
you
monogamist.
several
But
tries.
that's only because most people are ignorant of his
I mean, if you want to,
magnificent.
I suggest practicing
By the age
beforehand
of
to get the
2,
muscle
he was
memory
already
down.
in charge
But
of the castle in Dover.
what you mainly want to do
Any
is
of
listen
you
to the
lazy
audio
ruffians
cues.
say you managed anything
So I'm gonna
grand
run
by
right,
that age?
2 seconds, jump,
I
and listen for
very
the
much
pixels.
doubt it.
That did not work. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Left. Okay. I find that left, jamming left on that, was it the second jump or the third one? That's the trickiest part. Keep trying and you'll get it. 1, 2. 1, 2. Left. Up.
Oh, yeah. Some historians may claim that he only got the job because of who his father was.
Left.
But if that was the case, how do you explain the fact that he was made a knight the following year? They don't just hand out knighthoods, you know. Well, they do,
1,
but
2.
you get the point.
Okay, I think I'm a little too early jamming left. 1, 2. 2. Okay, I almost had it there. 1, 2. It's too late. 1, 2. 1, 2.
Back to the wives of Henry. Often people have difficulty remembering what happened to each one of them, so they use a little rhyme to jog their memory. Divorced, beheaded, died. Divorced, beheaded, survived. Divorced because Henry could do better. Beheaded for being a brazen hussy. Couldn't keep up with the amount of man was, so
One,
died.
two.
The ugly one. Another harlot who didn't know how lucky she was. And the winner.
Okay, it's that last jump. Because it's tricky, because you have to go up and around to get to the very top. So like I say, just keep trying. Okay, right, 1, 2, 1, 2.
What was I saying? Oh, that's it. Now, apart from having lots of wives, all of whom were lucky to bag him if you ask me, even the dead ones, Henry was probably most famous for dissolving the monasteries. And before I see any hands go up, no, I do not mean like the tooth we put in cola during science class. However, some foolish dunderheads disagreed with Henry, so they hid in tiny rooms under staircases and spoke Latin at each other, as if that would make the slightest difference to the
Right.
elegant
1, 2.
Bishop King. Many were executed for the shocking betrayal of such a lovely man, and rightly so.
Right, 1, 2. Bounce, bounce, bounce left.
I can see from looking at you, you're not even listening. All that music, television, and computer games rotting your brains. So I'll have to start again. As you know, the school-wide history project has been about the Tudors. And today I'm going to tell you about the most wonderful man in British history.
Right, 1,
Henry
2.
VIII.
Bounce, bounce,
Now, most of your
bounce.
parents, if you asked
left.
them who he was, would tell you he was a fat man who was an aggressive serial monogamist. But that's only because most people are ignorant of his magnificence.
Right, 1,
By the
2.
age of 2, he was already in charge of a castle in Dover.
Right.
Can any
1,
of you
2,
lazy
jump,
ruffians say you
bounce,
managed anything so
bounce.
grand by that age? I very much doubt it.
Right, 1, 2. Jump.
Where was I? Oh, yeah.
1, 2.
Some historians may claim that he only got the job because of who his father
Right,
was.
1, 2.
But if
Jump.
that was the case,
Bounce.
how do you explain the fact that he was made a knight the following year? They don't just hand out knighthoods, you know. Well, they do, but you
Right,
get the
1,
point.
2. Right, 1, 2. Jump. Right, 1, 2. Jump. Bounce. Bounce. 2.
wives of Henry. Often people have difficulty remembering what happened to each one of them, so they use a little rhyme to jog their memory. Divorced, beheaded, died. Divorced,
Right,
beheaded,
1, 2, jump.
survived.
Bounce.
Divorced because Henry could do better. Beheaded for being a brazen hussy. Couldn't keep up with the amount of man Henry was, so died.
Okay.
The other
Right,
one.
1, 2, jump.
Another harlot who
Keep
didn't
holding
know how
right.
lucky she was.
Bounce, bounce.
And the
Left.
winner.
Okay, right, 1, 2, jump. 1, 2. Hold left. Okay, right, 1, 2. Okay, right, 1, 2, jump.
What was I saying?
Right,
Oh, that's
1, 2, jump.
Now, apart from having lots of wives, all of whom were lucky to bag him
Right,
for
1,
me,
2, jump.
even the dead ones, Henry was probably most famous for dissolving the monasteries. And before I see any hands go up, no, I do not mean like the tooth we put in cola during science class.
1, 2. Damn. 1, 2.
However, some foolish duckheads disagreed with Henry.
Right, 1, 2,
So
jump.
they hid in tiny rooms under staircases, spoke Latin at each other.
Right, 1,
as if
2,
that
jump.
made the slightest difference to the elegant and
Left.
frankly dishy king.
And up.
Many were executed for the shocking betrayal of such a lovely man, and rightly so.
Right, 1, 2, jump. Right, right, left. Right for 2 seconds. 1, 2, jump. Right for 2 seconds. 1, 2, jump. Right for 2 seconds. 1, 2. Jump, jump. Okay, right for 2 seconds. 1,
You're
2.
not even listening. All that music, television,
One,
and
two.
computer games rotting your brains. So I'll have
Okay,
to
right
start
for 2
again.
seconds. 1, 2, jump.
As you know, the school-wide history project has been
Right
about
for 2
the Tudors.
seconds. 1, 2.
And today I'm going to tell you about the most wonderful man in British history.
Right for 2 seconds. 1, 2.
Now, most of your parents, if
two.
you asked them who he was,
Left
would tell you
and
he was
right.
a fat man who was an aggressive serial monogamist. But that's only because most people are ignorant of his magnificent.
2.
By the age of
Left.
2, he was already in charge of a castle in Dover. Can any of you lazy ruffians say you
1,
managed
2,
anything
jump.
so grand
Jump.
by that age?
Jump.
I
Left.
very much doubt it.
Right. Jump. Right. Jump. Bounce. Bounce. Left. And up. Okay. Right. Jump. Bounce. Right. Jump. Bounce. Bounce. Left. Left. And up. Okay, I made it. Just keep mashing to get to the end.
They claim that he only got the job because of who his father was. But if that was the case, how do you explain the fact that he was made
Okay,
a
just
knight
keep
of
mashing
Orleans?
right.
They don't
and the
just
2 buttons.
hand out knighthoods, you know. Well, they do, but you get my point.
Keep mashing right and the 2 buttons. There you go. That's how you get Daredevil. Sorry for the multiple tries, but I hope the tips help. And keep trying with that last jump, and you'll get it. All right, thanks.